everyone, I'm Stephanie Brinkerhoff with Hair and Makeup by Steph, and I'm here with Kenra Professional to show you guys a low twisted ponytail. This is actually super simple and it works with all hair types, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so before I start, I want to get some products in her hair just to start the prep process. The first thing I'm going to put in is the Kenra Silkening Heat Cream. So I just have a couple pumps of this in my hand and I'm just going to work this through the ends. So this is a really good heat protectant for the hair. And it's nice and lightweight, so it's not going to affect the curl or anything like that. So just working that through the ends. And I'm going to use the Kenra Dry Volume Burst 3. And I'm just going to apply this at her roots pretty liberally. Just starting at the crown and then working my way down in the back. So I want to apply this all throughout the hair, but I'm primarily focusing on the back here because this is where we want our volume and this is where our pins are gonna go. So you wanna make sure it's nice and concentrated in this area. Okay, once I have that worked in there, I'm going to start getting some curl in this. So I'm just gonna start down here in the back, and I'm going to do fairly large sections. We're just doing a really loose curl, so I can go through this fairly quickly. So first, before I curl, I'm going to get some back combing and some hairspray at the roots. Okay, so I'm just getting a decent amount of back combing in there. I really want to concentrate my back combing in this area because that's where most of my pins will go. So this is primarily for hold for the bobby pins. It will add volume as well, but that's not really what I'm focusing on in this area. And then I'm going to hit that with the Volume Spray 25, just to lock that in place. Okay, so you're kind of just going for something like this, has a little bit of lift in it, and there's a lot of grit at the roots. Okay, and then I'm just going to go in with a 1 1/4 inch curling iron. And I'm going to get everything curled. I'm going to curl in alternating directions. So if I'm getting this in a ponytail, sometimes if you curl all in one direction, all of the curls can kind of blend together and just make one big curl. So alternating directions like this is going to help the curls so that they don't do that, and so that the ponytail stays nice and voluminous. So her hair is holding the curl really well. If their hair's a little bit more straight and having a hard time curling, you can always go in with the Volume Spray 25 and mist that through the ends, or the Hot Spray 20 as well. Both of those are really good curling sprays. Okay, so you can see I'm not spending a ton of time on these. They're not super bouncy. It's just a nice loose curl, just something like that. Okay, and then I can let down my next row and repeat that process. Okay, and then as you work towards the front, anything that is in front of the ears will just get curled away from the face. So with this curl, once I get my fingers run through it, it's going to just be a very classic bouncy curl. You can definitely do this same look with a more beachy curl. So if I were to do that, I would probably switch to a wand or a flat iron, and I would also bring my curls up a little bit higher so that they had more texture at the roots, and I would leave my ends a little bit straighter. So you can definitely do this look with a different type of curl and get a completely different look.
All right, now that I have all my back combing in there and I've got my curls finished, I'm going to go in and layer even more product. So I'm gonna start with the Kenra Spray Clay 15. This is really going to help build the bulk and the texture. So I'm concentrating this in the crown primarily, closer to the roots. And then once we get our ponytail done, I'll go in and add some of this in the ponytail as well. Okay, and then I'll go in with the Perfect Medium Spray 13 as well. And this is a little bit of a waxier product, so it's going to help with some separation, help control the frizz, give it a little bit more dimension. And once again, mostly focusing this on the crown. Okay, once I have those worked in, I'm just going to smooth out the exterior a little bit. I have some back combing that I can see that I just kind of want to take care of. So I'll do that really quick. And I'm just kind of visually checking the shape of everything up here, making sure it's looking good. Okay, now I'm going to gather everything from the ears and up and get this gathered together in the center back. So the only thing I want left out in the front at this point is just what I want to leave out to frame her face. Everything else I'm going to get back. Okay, and then once I have that gathered in the center, I'm going to get this twisted. You can go either direction. And I'm just going to hold that and deconstruct the crown a little bit, just pulling on some sections to give it a little bit more texture. Okay, and then I'm also going to deconstruct the twist itself as well. Okay, and then once I have this kind of looking how I want it to, I'm going to grab the rest of the hair underneath and incorporate that in the twist. So just like that. And the twist is stopping at the bottom of her hairline. Okay, and then I can go ahead and get that secured. So this is why it's really good to have all of that back combing down here, because once I go to put these pins in, they'll be nice and secure since they're going into that back combing. Okay, and then if you want even more security with this hair back here, you can go in with an elastic and get this as close to the scalp as you can. Going underneath the twist. So I'm just scrunching that up and the twist is laying on top of that. Okay, and at this point, all I really have to do is detail. So I'm going to go in with my Volume Spray 25 again. And I'm just looking at everything as a whole and seeing if everything's balanced and just using my fingers to do some last touches. Okay, and then to finish, I'm just going to detail the ponytail. So I'm going in with the Spray Clay 15 and I'm focusing this on the interior
and then kind of working that in with my fingers to help build that bulk. And then I'll just go through with my comb to lightly control the frizz.